Hello Space Engineers and welcome to a new series. I'm going to continue to do the Scrapyard series, but with Keen having released this contacts update, and my Scrapyard series might never really find the Factorium or get to the Factorium. That's not really the goal of it. But I do want to try to find these new random encounters and try Factorium. So I do want to do that. And also, Mr. Wellington 6012, I'll just put up a scenario to find the Factorium, where he's got a little scenario set up. It's kind of scrapyard-ish, kinda. There's build restrictions, there's no ores, well, very few ores, stuff like that. So it's still kind of a scrapyard thing, but not quite as restrictive, maybe, perhaps. But I thought I would jump into it. But I'm going to be doing a few things different. He has you starting here, near the monolith on Mars. But I've got a few different plans. So the first thing is we're going to start on a different planet. But before we do that, let's see. Yeah, save. Exit main menu. We're going to be doing, as I said, a few things different here. Let's go into settings. And we're going to add some stuff that I normally play with. I will be adding that, which all it does is it says relocating respawn pods. That's something I put together. It just makes it so you can get different respawn pods on the moons, is the main thing right now. But some quality of life and visual mods I'll also be adding. Let's see, I'll go ahead and add that. Add that. I consider adding that. I think I'll leave that off. I'll be spending some time on planets, so I'll go ahead and add that. Don't know if I'll use that, but I'm adding that. I'll be adding that. And I think that is all I'm really going to add to it for now. Yeah. Well, no. I'll add that. But let's move that to the top. And I think that's all I'm going to move to the top just to make sure of things. Believe it or not, yeah, I'll leave that. I usually don't use that, but I'll just leave it. So yeah, that is what I will be going with. Now going into here and changing things, it will change the asteroid density. But that's kind of one of the things I was going to change anyways. And also, let's go down to a smaller inventory size. We don't need that much room. As it's 4 hours, I'll leave it there. 300, I don't need that many rocks laying around. Let's turn that down. See, he's got that off. I'll keep the spectator cam on. Kind of just going through here, making sure everything is as I want it. And turn those off. I'll actually turn that on. He wasn't planning, I don't think he's planning to spend as much time on planet, but I'll spend a little bit more time on planet. Friendly rocket damage, if I screw up, I want to make it worthwhile. Voxel hand, I'll turn that off. Let's see, cargo ships, where is drones? Okay, that is enabled. I'll leave that on. So, that is what I'm changing. Let's see, asteroid density. Where's my asteroid density? Oh, that's right. Oh, we'll have, it's not here. I'll have to go do it in the game file. So yeah, I'll go do that in the game file. Then I'll come back and we'll get started on our chosen planet. Yes, I know that. So let me go take care of that and we'll be back. Well, I am back. And I have chosen, well, the one I was going to choose, as I'm over here on Titan. I've decided to start on the little moon, and instead of the normal respawn pod you get on Titan, this is actually the moon. This is just the vanilla respawn pod that you'd get if you went on the Earth-like moon. That's one of the things it did with that relocation respawn pod thing that I put in the mod list is it basically just makes it so I can get this on things that are moons. That'd be this, Europa, the moon. And I think that's it. But, as I normally do, let's go through and turn some stuff off. Let's leave that on. Let's turn that off for now. Let's turn that off. It's not going to find us anything. Let's put all these in a group. Let's turn off some lights that I don't need right now. Let's turn that off. Yeah, and I think that is where I'm going to keep it for now. In here, I'm gonna have that, turn that on and off. Turn that on and off. I'll keep that on for now. Let's move this over here. And I think I'll leave it there for now. Well, let's bring that back up. We've already got something that popped up. Let's see, I didn't mess with my other stuff. My configurable parameters. I think we can skip that for now. I'll do that later. What we need now is a little more speed. And I'm going to pick up some ice while we're down here.
Inventory full.
was going to... I may want that. And let's turn that on. Okay, that's in orbit. Man, is that in orbit or is that all the way on the alien planet? That's a long ways over there. We may not make it to that one. At least not for a while. But first off, let's go see what these Space Pirate Beacon has for me. If I can get out of this hole. I think I can get out of this hole. I think I see a way out over here. Ooh, I'm not too sure about that. I keep forgetting this thing's really short. Sorry about the dust. Keen changed that to where now there's a lot more dust. Yeah, I'm not making it out of that. Sorry, trying to get turned around, find a place I can make it up out of this river with, or at, on this side, so we can go after that. If there's a way. If I can at least find one low enough that I can jump over, maybe. Okay, there's a way back over there, but that's the wrong direction. Okay, can I make it kind of straight ahead of me, then swing around? Okay, that keeps getting worse. Okay, I think I can make it over this. Oh shoot, that was a bad idea. Doesn't do you much good to turn that on if you don't also turn on your hydrogen. So let me do that, that. Okay, I don't know if I made it enough forward. Alright, I'll make it up there in a little bit. Say I will. It may be too heavy with all this ice on. Okay, there we go. we can't slow ourselves down a bit. Okay, now we're out of the hole. Let me back off, that'll help with the smoke a bit. Okay, after all that, I think I will... Let's see, that's not that far. Yeah, I'll just fast forward until I'm getting closer to this. Well, that's as close as I'm willing to drive my only survival kit that I've got right now to this thing. I at least want to get eyeballs on it. I think we can... We can't really build those anyways, so we can get rid of that. It's not much, but it's the only thing we've got. This might be a bad idea, but I'll bring my hydrogen tank with me. Let's drop that off. Let's see if we can't get a little closer and at least put eyeballs on it here. Boy, this thing must be in a hole. Yes, it is. Nope. I see a safe zone. I'm not going to mess with that. So that, until I get something a bit stronger, or maybe reputation change, who knows. But that, I'm not going to mess with, because I've got nothing that can get through a safe zone. So first off, let me do this proper here. Handbrake on off. Let me get turned around. I know I don't want to head that direction. Let's go to one of the poles. So, what Mr. Wellington has, well, let me carefully. Come out here, and you can see we are limited in what we can build. So every time we see these restricted build components, well, we can't get those, at least not right now. And it's mainly going to be on the large grid stuff. See, the small grid stuff we can still build, but the large grid thrusters we cannot. And that is similar to, we can't build that. Can we build small? We can build a small grid one, but we can't build a large grid one. Any of that. None of the refineries. None of the assemblers. You know, various things like that we simply cannot build. So we'll have to find them. And we'll need to be very careful driving this thing. Actually, I should probably extend it. It's going to be a while before we can go after something like that. And speaking of extending it, yeah, I think we need to do that. So, it's time to dig a hole. I'll tell you what, let me just extend that. It's pretty basic. You guys get the idea of what it takes to extend one of these. I'll just turn the camera off, do that, come back, and continue to head north and see what we can find up near the pole. See if we can find something on this planet other than a safe zone protected pirate base. Well, I've been driving around for a little while without too much luck on finding anything, but I finally have something now kind of flashing up on my HUD every once in a while now, as you can see there. Now, I don't want to get too close to this thing, not with my only survival kit. Boy, they must have put that one in the mountains. Yeah, I'll go a little bit further, but then, like I said, I want to stay well away from this thing, with my respawn pod at least. That way I've got somewhere safe to come back to. Well, hopefully safe to come back to. Come on, show back up again. Yeah, I think I'll risk it from here. See, I've got a hydrogen bottle, I've got some ammunition, I've got tools. And I've got a spot to come back to. You know, slight gravity keeps messing with me. Ooh, that's a drone. Is it armed? We've got a logistics post. This might be a bad idea. Okay, where's that drone coming? That is coming straight for me, so I hope it doesn't find my rover back there. Okay, the logistics drone is not shooting at me. Interesting looking little drone. Well, that was interesting. What did we get delivered? Well, that's going to roll for about 10 hours. That isn't even that much of a slope. Why is this thing still rolling? Well, we've got ourselves Looks like a medium cargo container. Sizzle, despawn. Claim. Okay. Well, we got a bunch of silicon and some motors. Can we pick that up? Kinda. I'm going to grind all this down so I've got, well, not just the parts, but just to make it lighter. Hopefully that doesn't go anywhere, because we still got a logistics station over here to look at. Well, I don't have any warnings. Huh. Okay, we're going to claim that. We've got some Prototech scrap that showed up. Not a lot, but some. Let's see what we've got. It's shiny, and it nearly cost him his life. No idea why he believed me that this wasn't worth anything. But hey, I'm not complaining. So we've got some Prototech scrap. Let's see, narrow corridor stowage. I need to find where that's at. Payday. I know the Factorium's the new kid on the block, but I'm hoping to be recognized by ROS. Forget Prototech, ROS is loaded. Well, somebody had some ideas, but I've got some interesting stuff here. We've got an air vent, I see an antenna. There's a console module corner, which is, I thought I just hacked that. Anyways. Couch, stowage. We've got a pair of oxygen tanks. Some timer blocks. We've got well, we kind of have power source. I see no turrets. So we can kind of come back here. Got some magnesium. A bunch of displays. That's that. Well, we've got kind of sort of a little base here. Didn't really give us a whole lot, but we've got something. It's kind of a place to live while on planet, I guess. 3 welders that I don't need. Oops, let me turn that off. Well, that's interesting. Let's see if we can't.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Access denied. Well, I guess I've got to go around and hack everything. Well, that is something. Let's see, we've got a battery down there. Yeah, let me go drive my rover over here. I'll work on hacking all that, and I'll come back after that. Well, I got my rover over here, but as you might notice, there is no additional cargo container. Apparently, I forgot to turn off trash removal because it despawned on me before I could pick it up. So I have no cargo container now. I mean, I can build one, but that one had some stuff in it that would have been nice to have. But I missed out on that opportunity, so next time I'll have to be more careful. And as I said, it turned off trash removal, so it's not going to be a problem. And on this, what did I gain here? Well, not a whole lot on the surface. I mean, it's a nice little place to live. I've got a source of continuous power that doesn't require the sun. But beyond that, what do I have that I can take away from here in my future travels? In that case, not as much. I've got a large grid battery down there, but that's buried in the voxel. Trying to get that out might be a bit of a problem. That's also where the oxygen tank is, which does not have that much oxygen, but it's got something in it. So that doesn't have a whole lot. The windmill's not going to do me much good up in space, so it might as well stay here. The problem is, right there is the other oxygen tank that I can get. So that might have to get removed or moved or something. So I'll have to deal with that sometime. But the other thing I have is I do have a lot of large steel tubes now. Because I've got those there. Even if I can't get it out of the ground, there's 40 large steel tubes in that thing. So that's worth getting. And as I said, there's at least that one interior block there, the Pipeworks, that has it. There is a compact antenna up top, as well as, I've got a jetpack. I need to remember that. I've got this that has, that's 20 of them in there. And I've got this. So what it did gain is I've got a bunch of large steel tubes and small steel tubes that I otherwise could not build because I don't have an assembler. So while I may not have gotten many blocks, I did get some good materials. And I think that is a good solid start for now. As for plans for the future, I'm not sure. I might modify this and go off this moon and looking for more stuff. Though I am kind of interested to see what planetary encounters there are. And of course, we really can't see it from here, but we're right next to the alien planet, so we could go over there if we wanted to, though. I think this place is big enough. So, what we'll be doing in the future, I am unsure at this point, but we can find out. So, I think I'll sit here. Oops. Actually, I'm going to sleep here, and I'm going to think on it. And while I'm doing that, have fun, and I'll see you next time.